Hello everybody, welcome to this video. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be washing the CB650R. I do this probably once every 2 weeks, and this time here it's pretty dirty. So yeah, so I'll go through the basic methods on how I actually wash the bike, and I'll show you exactly how dirty it is now and how clean it will be after I'm finished. Okay, so the first part about cleaning that I like to do is I like to clean the chain first. Now, people think like, okay, so if you grease the chain up and then you wash it, then all the grease will come off. Well, that's wrong because actually it's hydrophobic. So the water will actually just fall off the grease. So you don't need to worry about that. In my case here, the chain's not really that dirty. They say to clean it about every 500 kilometers. I've got about 300 kilometers of riding on this chain, and I typically don't ride in the rain, so it doesn't really pick up too much dirt. As you can see here, this is the chain. It's mostly covered. And so it's not really that dirty. There's a lot of dirt on the frame, but not too much on the chain itself. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna just spray it down with some WD-40. So I got my WD-40 here, and what I wanna do is just soak the chain. So just get it wet. As much as you can, right? So trying to get as much as the chain as possible. Okay, so once that's done, you take your chain scrubbing tool and you just scrub your chain. Perfect. Okay, so now once you've got that scrubbed down, then just spray it again with some WD-40. And what this will do is all the dirt will just drip off, and you should have a nice clean chain. So you see here now the chain is really nice and silver looking, fairly clean, whereas like up here I sprayed with WD-40 and it's still a little gunky. So now what I need to do is I need to roll the bike forward some to expose the more dirty chain. Okay, so now let's see here. The dirty chain starts right there. I need to roll it a little bit more. Okay, so let's see here. Dirty chain is still there. I still need to rotate it some more. Okay, and now the dirty chain is at the sprocket, going all the way there, clean chain, all the way up to there. Now that we have the chain exposed, the dirty part, we'll spray with WD-40. I'm running the cleaning tool along it. Rotate it. Spray it. Okay, so that section is clean. Now you see here, you might have some grime and stuff on the sprocket. So you take the back end of your tool here, and then you just kind of just work it there, try and scratch that dirt off. And there we go. here I have my chain lube, my Motul chain lube, and we'll just do it in reverse order. So as you can see, I have oil or WD-40 all over the ground. So I have to pretty much put my bike back right where I started for me to lubricate all of it. So just a little bit, not too much. Okay, now we'll back it up. I just will follow my spray pattern. And now I'm back to my start position. Okay, there we go. Now the chain is all cleaned and lubricated. So now I'll put this chain cleaning stuff away, and then I'm gonna pull out my pressure washer, and we're going to just wash this thing like crazy. So now after a quick rinse down, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my foam cannon and I'm just going to blast this thing with suds. So now that I have the bike all sudded up, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take, for my car I use, they call them wheel brushes, and we're going to do the lower sections of the bike. So I got a tire brush here. Now I like to do the lower sections first. Get all up into here. Work the brush to clean everything. I use a brush on the lower part is because this is where all the road grime is and stuff like that, and I just need to get it off. Now it doesn't really fit perfectly everywhere, but it does a fairly decent job. Now the whole goal here is I do the dirty part first, and then the top part, which is all paint and stuff like that, I'll use a nice soft wash mitt. Now the good thing about this brush is it's It's a plastic handle, so if I hit this, it doesn't do any damage, which is good. It doesn't scratch it or anything like that. Now, the reason why I like to foam the bike is because as the foam drips off onto the ground, it's pulling a lot of the loose dirt with it. All right, so by the time I get to run the brush over it, all that stuff is gone. My wheel mitt. Now, this is not what I'm going to be using on the paints. The one I'm using on the paint is green. This is so that I can get a nice clean surface, and so that I could rub everything to make sure it's nice and perfectly clean. Okay. Don't mind the camera angles, as I'm probably not pointing it in the right spot. Okay, getting that exhaust system. See, the good thing about the mitt is I can get in behind the pipes here, whereas the brush I can't. It's very good. Perfect. Now you're probably noticing that as I'm going over this, most of the suds are gone now. And then I haven't even touched the top part yet. Well, that's not a big deal because I've prepared the wash bucket with soap already. So there's going to be plenty of soap to wash the tops. So not to worry about that. And we're going to wash the paint. So washing the paint, making sure it's all good. Washing the seats. One thing I really like about these bikes is the air intakes. They sound so awesome when you let go of the throttle. If you ever heard of the McLaren 600 LT with the roof scoop on, the roof scoop makes like this Darth Vader sounds like that. It sounds so cool because this bike has a similar sound. It's not as loud and prominent as the McLaren 600 LT, but you can hear it when you're riding. So when you on the throttle and you just let go, it's a pretty satisfying sound. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my blow dryer and I'm going to just dry the bike off. Now the bike is all cleaned and we are done. So I finished drying the bike off with the blow dryer, and now I don't have any water spots or anything on my bike. I got all the water out of all the nooks and crannies in the engine area and all the wiring and all that stuff. So I don't really need to worry about too much of water egressing into the bike here. So the bike is very dry, and yeah, now it's ready to ride. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like always, like my video and subscribe if you like my content. I now have audio now to go along with my videos, so you should be able to hear me talk, and hopefully I have something interesting to say for you to listen to. Anyways, see you next time.